Hi everyone, what's going on? I hope you're good. It's your boy Ofentse Ledwaba. I hope you're good, guys. Today I'll just be doing a market breakdown. As you know that normally as the week starts, I tend to look at the pairs that will be able to capitalize me and the members, and also be able to help the rest of the members. As you also know, on YouTube there's a free channel whereby you guys can be able to get free knowledge. And also, guys, if you forgot to subscribe and like, please don't forget again. Maybe you were busy or you got distracted. Click that button now so that you can keep on getting much more valuable information without wasting much of your time. Join me into the charts. We'll be looking at NASDAQ and gold. Welcome to the charts, guys. As you know, the most important aim is starting from a higher time frame, engaging to break down the market and go into lower time frame. So basically I'll just be showing you guys, sharing my view. Obviously some of you maybe might have a different view, but this is just a view of what I'm having on this pairs that I'll be looking at coming into the week. So basically what I'd like to share with you guys is just the information that I see where this price is going and so forth. So basically now I'm looking at gold. As you know that when we analyze, we start from a higher time frame and then we break it down into a smaller time frame. So basically you can see these are the time frames that I use mostly so that they can be able to assist me, that I'm able to understand the main concept of seeing and analyzing and understanding where the market is going in the long run. Because you must understand, by virtue you can be able to see some setups on smaller time frame, but you need to be aware of the longer time frame. So as now you can see, I'm looking at the 3 months. So basically this 3 months, you can see that it just gave us a long bearish candle. You can see this single candle is a bearish, and you know gold has just been falling. So basically I just want to show you guys what currently I'm seeing and the tricks that you can be able to understand the market recap, where it's going. So basically you can see now I'm looking at this, and I'll just use this as our line where price reversed, and you can see now it closed below it. You can see that at this level where here we didn't have any candle close above, we were just having weak. So it's a strong rejection area. You can see it's rejected here with a shooting star, and then it never went above it. So if you did sell here, you could have put your stop loss above that area there, but now you wouldn't put that there. Obviously you go to smaller time frame, you understand. So basically your entry will just be a little bit up. So let's just break it down, and then we'll use this out as our level and get much more clarity going into smaller time frame. So now I'm just gonna go to monthly. With monthly, you can see that price was certainly respecting this level the minute it closed below it, you understand. So it definitely should giving us much more clearer vision that price is definitely went down, and then now we have to see where price is now. So I'll go to weekly. Okay, so you must remember one thing: if you don't see your lines, then you can go to visibility and then check the weeks or whichever time frame that is not visible. Then so we can see that from the as early as 2015, we've been having gold as an uptrend. As you can see, price was just going up, and then this level was retested and then continued to the upside. So basically we just want to see and understand where is it currently and how far it's willing to give us that movement. So basically you can see the structure that I have is just having these two key levels here, this level here, this level here, and then this level here. So basically this one, you can see we have 1, 2, so basically 3, because this one's also act as some form of a support. So you have to understand that you can see here we are having some form of W formation. So this also acts as a form of support. So this ascending trend lines, they also assist with getting to understand the much more meaning of where is your support and resistance and how far are the key levels. So these are the key levels here we can see. And then now I'll be going much deeper, going into the daily time frame. What I'm seeing currently is price at this level was certainly pushing down a little bit further, because I see a significant area coming to this trend line here. So basically what I'm looking at is when price comes and retests this level, we want to see how it behaves, because you can see that the minute price comes to this level here, and you need to understand that what makes a trend line much more feasible is it having more than 2 touches. So basically what you can see that this third touch will basically determine whether gold will start to go to the upside or it will break and continue to the downside. And you must remember that I'm looking this on daily, which is the higher time frame. So basically the move that's going to confirm here is basically at most going to be one hell of a move that's going to give us much more information and give us much more clarity, and we're gonna be a bigger move. So basically we just have to understand how it gets to our trend line, whether it's in a corrective manner, it's correcting downwards, or it's impulsive. You understand? The break, if it continues to break this, if we're having this scenario, so we should know that now we're continuing to the downside, because you need to understand that this major trend line coming from daily and weekly would have been broken and retested. You understand? So it has to be broken and retested. That when we'll see that we are now in a downtrend. But you can see that we'll be having this type of pattern here. We can use this as our management line coming down. So should this line be broken, then we'll be using this new one here. So basically at this moment, we just want to see the test here. When it gets here, how will it react? You understand? You have to wait for the market to give you much more information and be able to understand how it gets to the support or how it gets to the resistance. So basically what I'm looking at now is how it gets to this level here. So obviously we must remember that it won't just be easy, but it will get better with time, with practice. So you need to understand that the key level that I see also, it's somewhere around this level here. So I just want to see how price reacts to this level, because you can see that now at this level here, I can see we have a significant area which we can use this as our support. You can see what happened, price broke and then retested this level. So basically this is a significant level. If they break this, then I'm expecting them to continue further to the downside. So this move that happened around this level here can at most repeat itself. You see what happened? Then it pushed to the upside. So we just want to see how price will get to this level here. It's possible for this to happen, you understand? So we just want to see and understand the mere fact, the significant area of how strong will this area be. How will price break this, or how will price retest this? You can see here we have a channel, so we can see we are having this move. Understand? So basically this is just what I'll be looking at, but technically I'll be following it, waiting to see how it reacts when it gets to this level. One thing about how I managed to get the high probability trade is because I wait, I'm patient, I don't just enter. You can see here, you can decide that you're gonna buy and you think the trade is gonna leave you, and then you end up having this type of pattern. It moves, then it comes back here, then you understand, they retest this level here at the bottom. So one thing that you need to know, that the market is a place whereby it takes money from the impatient and gives it to the patient. So once you are patient, you'll know that trading opportunities are like trains. Once you miss another one is coming. So subsequent to that, you need to understand the movement that's going to happen here. It's going to be a very high probability move if you wait, you are patient. So I just want you guys to understand what I'm waiting for, and then wait for the impulse, then correction. Understand? So you must understand that this, by me having these corrections, you know that this level of entries will at most give you high probability, because you know that now we get an entry after the correction, then you know that you have a high probability set of taking it to the upside. So you know that your stop loss just be below this. And you must also remember that I'm on daily at the moment. So basically, let's just go to smaller time frame so that you guys can be able to get much more clarity. Go to 4 hour. Must remember, we don't take our trades on daily. We only use daily as our major trend line time frame, and also use the weekly as well to get the overall direction. You must understand that by you taking a trade on a daily, at most make your stop loss much more bigger, something like 200 pips, because you're looking at the daily candle close. So basically, you can see the levels that we drew. They're basically coming from a higher time frame, and they are touching this, having significant area. You can see when price touched this, market went up here, and then at this level here, we just want to see what is happening here. We might be having a pattern within a pattern. Let's just see. Can have this kind of a structure. Okay, must always remember not to squeeze your lines here. Cannot draw it like this. You must not squeeze your lines, but use this one. See, the first one will be this one. So what I'm looking at is this significant area 1, 2. So basically, our third touch will give us this upward movement. So the patient will always pay you if you know what you're doing, and you also need to practice the movements. And also, I try to keep my charts as clean as possible, so that I can be aware of the movements that are happening. There's no indicator in place, pure price action. That's just how we trade at Forex Heroes. And the Forex Heroes 2.0 is advanced, and members are very much happy with the progress that they've been doing. Understand? So we just added a few tweaks there and there's secrets, so that members can be able to be more profitable and get a much more perfect entries. So basically, guys, this is just how I see gold. I'll just wait a little bit for it to go down, because now I can see that it's forming some type of a correction. See, we were having a movement, a push to the downside. Then we had this move and they did a very deep correction. So on 15 minutes, then you would have had this type of entry. And then now you'd have had another entry here around this level. You can see the correction. So I'm just waiting for price to push and touch this level here. So at the moment we might be having a last push. So even if it goes up currently, I'm not looking for buying it at the moment. Understand? It's just the move that we can expect, the last push to the downside. Understand? Hence we capitalized on the sales. So let's just jump to NASDAQ, NAS 100. As you know, the NASDAQ is the top 100 companies performing very well in the United States of America. So what I'll be looking at, I'll just be showing you guys just a much more simpler way of knowing and understanding how to analyze NASDAQ. You must understand the perspective is that NASDAQ is companies, guys. The NASDAQ is an overall bullish movement, but inside that bullish movement, we do have sell positions, because you must remember that a company sometimes encounters losses, you understand? So with that being said, having encountered losses, but they will always come up with strategies to bring back everything that they've lost, you understand, to recover from losses. Because if a company keeps on losing, it will lead to retrenchment. The company will end up closing down. You understand? Because there is no more profit that is made. So you must remember that the NASDAQ are your companies, your Apple, your Tesla, your Microsoft, your Google. So basically, it's just a lot of companies that people use daily. But yes, there's losses at times, but you must understand that it's an upward bullish movement all the time. You understand? Not necessarily saying you must only buy it, but you trade technical, you trade what the chart gives you, but keep in mind that NASDAQ is strong on the upward trend. Yes, we might having bearish movements from time to time, but the uptrend tends to continue. So basically, let's just look at what is happening currently. I'm looking at NASDAQ on daily. The previous week we had a very bearish movement. What we've seen, it was a movement that they created the high, the highest high, and then they broke it, then they broke the support, then came back to retest it and pushed it down. So basically, you would know that if you were following their fundamentals, there was just negative news in the United States. So basically, always be aware of what is happening. So my key point area level here on daily, I'll just be looking at this. My highest level of support will just be this, resistance. This is my major resistance. This is my highest resistance. This is the last high that was reached over the years, you can see. So 13903 is the highest high reached ever since. Understand? So basically what we're looking at is for price to come back and break this high, because that's what NASDAQ does. What it does, it moves in this sense of manner. I'll show you. Let me just continue. This is the high. Okay. Most of the time, NASDAQ, how it moves, it will push up, create a high, and then break the high, then come here, then break the high, then do something like this, come a little bit down, then break this high. Understand? So you must understand that most all the time it breaks the high, then creates a new high. So you can see there was a high here, there was a high at this level here, there was a high, there's a high, there's a high that was broken, there's a high, there's a high, there's a high. You understand? So let's just look at what is happening currently. High, 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 high. So you can see, guys, so I'm just not gonna draw all of them. So basically you can see that it creates a high, comes back, retest, goes back, breaks the high, comes back, retest. So basically it's a simple way of understanding how NASDAQ moves. So let's just delete all this to make our charts much more clear. So basically what I'm looking at, my level of support, my trend line will just be coming from the bottom and looking on this manner of how price moves. Understand? You can use this key level because now price has really closed. So what I want to show you guys why I'm using this level here. I want to go to weekly. Just want to show you guys what really happened. You see, price closed with a spike. You understand? It closed with a spike below this level here. You understand? So you need to be aware of those movements. NASDAQ tends to leave spikes before it turns. A very strong spike. And this one looks like a doji, is an indecision candle. So this key level, that's the one that forced price to move and continue to the upside. So basically the key level that we will be looking at, that at most forced price, you can see at this level here we have this key level. You can see what really happened here. Price was just bouncing here and then it pushed up, then retest. So all the time, never forget that NASDAQ pushes up and retest. We have an up, retest, impulse. You understand? So basically, you have an impulse, correction, impulse. You understand? So you need to be aware of what is happening. So basically, this key level here, this support level was very much strong. So just use this as our major support area, because you can see what price. So we really don't expect price to come back to this level. What we're looking at, we're expecting price to push up and then come back and retest. This will be our new support. So this is just what we are expecting to happen. Then we push to the upside. Also, you must not forget that what can happen, price won't just break this just like that. What we're seeing, it's the high, so it's possible for price to come, retest, and come here before we push to the upside. So basically, this is just an overall view that I'm looking at NASDAQ. I'm looking at a very, very, very bullish movement going to the upside. So you need to understand the movements that are basically happening, and you need to be aware of the most important price pattern that happens within these key levels. So now what I'm looking at is going into smaller time frame. I'll go to 4 hour, and that's when we can get much more clarity and be able to adjust our trend lines. So you can see that when price comes closer to the major trend line, it tends to moves away, and like it's being pushed away. You must understand the movements that are basically happening to that price movement. You must understand the movements that you are basically seeing on that movement. So what I'm currently seeing is this key level. So you can see we had a very big bullish movement going to the upside. So we just want to see what's going to happen here. So you can see expecting price to reach this key level. What I'm really looking at currently looking for a key level where price will retest before shooting back up. So what you can most probably do, you can use this trend line to see how price moves around this level, because you can see here we're approaching this level of resistance. Doesn't necessarily mean that you must sell, because you must understand that you can only sell when you are having a movement with a break and retest. You must wait for price to break and retest. So basically at the moment, what we're looking here, we're looking to come to this trend line before we shoot back to the upside, or we might have a little bit of a deeper correction, because you can see the movements that are happening here. We might be having a bit of a deeper correction, something of this nature. So this is just how I'll be looking at NASDAQ. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and also comment below for more topics so that I can be able to give you guys what you need. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Ofentse Ledwaba. Don't forget to visit forexheroesfx.com. Thank you. Have a great day.